joined today by Wayne Richards, Managing Director of Burley Minerals. Wayne, thanks for your time.
Good morning, David, and thank you for the opportunity to tell you the Burley story.
Listed with iron ore assets, exciting iron ore assets, can you tell us about those and why they are so compelling?
Obviously, iron ore is the lifeblood of Western Australia, and obviously Australia in the way of royalties and the need for steel and global development. So the company floated on the magnetite project in the Iroquois region, and we've built on that since then with both hematitic and magnetic material, and now have also assets in the Hamersley Range area in the Pilbara southwest. So we're covering both stands, and we'll have both hematitic and magnetic material.
Iron ore projects traditionally take a long time to develop, but when they are developed, become a strong revenue source. It's a bit of a long lead, isn't it? Developing an iron ore project, it's going to take time, but as you develop it, you're adding value.
Yes, Dave, that's correct. Obviously the more direct shipping, channel iron, DSOs, providing you can get an end-to-end solution in the form of the mine through to the port, then you can obviously develop that a little quicker than the traditional magnetite projects. You know, you've seen Iron Bridge be developed over the previous 3 to 5 years, and you know that's probably the time duration from taking a concept through to actual production. So yeah, they're different in the form of their plants and their technology and their capital and operating costs, but obviously they have their pros and cons, and the magnetite at the end of the day produces a greener, higher iron content, which is obviously where we're going with ESG management and you know, carbon dioxide and basically protecting the earth from the emissions.
And where to now for these assets?
We will continue to work away on the magnetite project with access and become more defined and work through a pre-feas, and the DSO channel iron ones in the Hamersley, we will again look to get exploration, prove up what is there, put out some maiden resources and create value for the shareholders.
As those projects are developing nicely and along the path you've already set out for them, you have captured the market's attention with lithium in Quebec and in Australia. Can you tell us why these projects jumped out and why you grabbed them?
Well, obviously everyone's aware of the EV drive throughout the world to electric vehicles and obviously solar power and wind. So, you know, lithium knows, everybody knows lithium now, and you know, there's still a significant demand for lithium, nickel, cobalt. You've heard it, and obviously it's real. So I think it's important that we've branched. We want to be a multi-commodity, multi-mineral development group. You know, there's companies doing that with lithium and either nickel or sol plate lithium, or nickel and iron ore be one of those cases. So, you know, we're starting as a young company, but you know, the world's your oyster, and obviously we intend to bring in tier 1 mining jurisdictions, being Quebec and Western Australia. We have lithium assets vended into this agreement in the Gascoyne. And obviously Quebec is looking, you know, through the Canadian arrangements to build both mines, refineries. You've got multi-billion-dollar companies up there in the form of Alcan, Sayona, Piedmont, and we're right in the right spot, right place to develop this project that we are going through the 100% acquisition as we speak.
Once the projects are fully acquired into the company, how do you propose to take them forward? Do you have an exploration program laid out for them? Yes,
well, as soon as only 7 a.m. this morning, we were talking to Canada and talking to the people that did the exploration program through the winter and summer of 21-22 and put down 29 core holes. We've now started to put in a database all the historic drilling as far back as 1947. And we can obviously see the extension of the current outcropping pegmatite in only one small section of the tenure. So we will map that, we'll go back to the geochem, geophysical, get an understanding of how many more additional dikes are in the swarm, how wide and how extended that particular tenement is. And we know that there's outcropping on all components of the tenure. So we will do a mapping exercise as we go into winter with the aim of bringing a drill rig in somewhere around February, March next year to expand and further qualify and extend the resource. It's not a true qualifying resource in the form of a maiden resource, and that may be one of the strategies we adopt to grow that resource.
An expanded portfolio, Tier 1 jurisdictions, strong technical capabilities, exciting times ahead for Burley and its shareholders. Wayne, thanks for your time.
Thank you, David. Pleasure.